Yo, alright, so you guys want to see a full-on collection tour? Well, here you guys go. So, I'm going to give you guys a nice little look-see at every single ceiling fan that I own. Oh, and also every portal fan I own. Starting in the back here, I have a 52-inch white hand-to-bay Chatham, a 42-inch white hand-to-bay Leonard Plus, 44-inch oil rub bronze hand-to-bay Wellston 2, a Holmes HAOF 90, a foam blade here personal fan, a 42-inch Hunter low profile 4. I believe this is a 52-inch. I don't know the exact size of these fans because the one I have does not have or did not come with any blades. But it's a 52-inch, or nah. What am I saying? It's a turn of the century Somerville. Oh, I got it from the Ohio thrift store in Springfield. Well, in fact, none of the fans I got from there came with any blades. So, yeah. It just came as a motor. Here's another one of those foam bladed personal fans. Here's a 44-inch oil rub bronze hand-to-bay Clarkston 2, a 44-inch oil rub bronze hand-to-bay Clarkston 1, this weird J.C. Penney Radio Shack looking thing with 2 reverse switches, his 2 pull chains, and a speed indicator that looks like a little traffic light. Here is a hand-to-bay Farmington in brushed nickel. In fact, both of my Farmingtons were actually doing box. Here's my 52-inch mainstays hugger. Or it's the schoolhouse style, before you ask. I do not have the ball light style mainstays hugger. I read that it's basically just the rebadged version of the Prominence of a Prominence home fan, I'm assuming, or Prominence lighting. I don't know, but yeah. Here's one of the mainstays huggers. Here's my Stratford 5-minute fan, my Sidlow Antigua Classic, one of my decorators, my Craftmade. Here's my the Craftmade's right down there. Here it's just buried in the parts there. There's a Holmes HBF 2001D 3733, he in black with a white blade. HABF 20. Yeah. There's a decorator, Kmart JMP, right behind that high bay. Mainstays, Patriot Line Guilford, Armitage, 52-inch, he's in black. A couple little tins, Huntington 3, North Pond, Coastal Breeze, Baker Street, Harborside, Harbory's Rainbow, Harbory's New Orleans. We got Emerson Builder, 2 matte black Armitages, and a 52-inch Lexus. Medallion in Dixie Belle, Littleton 2, and Channing. Matte white Armitage, 42-inch Brilliante, Littleton 2, and Regency Marquee. On the bottom here is another 42-inch armitage in white behind that Graton 2. Oh, and in front of the armitage is the Graton 2 that I just mentioned. Then in front of that is a white Isle Brisa with a Cheshire motor and a Arrows switch cap. There's also a switch cap on the Somerville. There is this Fair Isle right next to it. It did not come with its original light, which would have been a full light. Need a chandelier style light kit. Yeah. There's a couple more HALF 90s. These and an entry error for the pole fans. And then for the ceiling fans, there is a black mainstay 52-inch, a white or Patriot Lighting Arrows 2, a Bahama HC 552, Bahama HC 42, a brushed nickel hand-to-bake Clarkston 1, and the HC 42 is behind the Clarkston. There's my 52-inch hand-to-bake Clarkston. My one of my 42-inch anti-brass Cheshires. My SMC UF42. My Harveys Annalise. My twin Harveys Barn Stable Bays. Although one came with a longer down rod than the other. And I also got a spare set of 3 blades. There's a Quiet Breeze in the back. There is a white 42-inch Alexis, and in the back there behind that Aloha Breeze dual mount, there's a white 42-inch mainstays hugger. Here, the Pomerantz Hero. That is my smallest of the non-enclosed ceiling fans, but it's not the smallest ceiling fan and of my true ones. And that goes to another fan that you'll see that is actually beside my bed because I would not be able to fit it on a shelf. There's a 44-inch oil red bronze mainstays hugger right in front of the Hero. There's a SMC UT52 Emperor hugger right there. That brassy Minka Air Wave right in front of that. Yes, I know you probably wouldn't recognize it at first because it does not have its signature blades, but this is basically the motor assembly. Hunter Cortino, basically the 5-blade version of the Betsy. There's I want to say an unknown turn of the century right here. A Fanimation Spitfire down there. And a quick connect. Now there's also a Hampton Bay Middleton. And back behind the turn of the century, there is a Arrows right there. In front of that is a satin nickel 44-inch mainstays hugger. And then behind the Arrows is a 42-inch Cheshire, or the other one of the two. There's a white Middleton, which actually came in with a different globe than your standard Middleton. And right here is my quick connect. This is a Hampton Bay quick connect, by the way. Not an SMC. I don't know if it's an SMC, but I know it's a quick connect. Need to be. Over here. And yes, there's a white Westinghouse personal fan right there. Or next to the Wave. There's a Hunter Lake Cottage and a Hunter Sunrise Plus behind that Comfort Zone personal box fan down there. Here's the Comfort Zone up front here. Here's a Harbreeze Helix. This, if only I could take the light off of this and just equip it without the light. That would be nice. Or if there was some way to modify the light kit to where I could maybe put like candelabra bulbs, so that would also be nice. There's a Reddington switch, or Reddington 3 or 4 light kit on the bronze Westminster. Yeah, I did forget that brushed nickel Westminster. That's actually right behind the main stage there. Yeah, there it is. It is the Westminster. Yeah, here's a bronze version of that same fan. And without the blades and with a Reddington light on it. Here's a white Farmington. And I'm gonna see if I can get a replacement blade arm for it, considering it was the most damaged fan in terms of all the fans that were involved in the Great Fall of the original shelves, which were wood and plastic. But these shelves are much tougher plastic. They should be able to handle these fans. There's a 52-inch Cheshire. Kind of like the look at this Cheshire without the light. Or if I really want a light that bad, I could put like a schoolhouse or like, especially one of those chandelier style lights. If I really wanted to. I kind of prefer them without the light. That's just me. And here's the majority of my portal fans. There's ones which I'm going to get to in a bit. There's Dreamland, Edenton, in Eclipse, Madison Country, Behind That Clock, couple Berkeleys. There's the Stratford 2 5-minute fan, as well as a couple Greatons and a Romanex 2, a Baja, a Baseball, and a Fremont. Right down there is actually a couple of Encom Premiers. If I can get close to them. And there's one behind the Baja blade, each stacker there. There's another one right there. And then behind the blade, also behind the blade stack, is a Hunter Astwood in matte black. And right in the blade stacker here is a Hunter Silent Breeze 3. There's the shade and pretty much most of the parts. Pretty much the parts of the Astwood. Here's my one of my socket fans. This is the Amazon 5-blade socket fan. There's one of my Cool Zephyrs. There's the GT Light socket fan. The second one of the Cool Zephyrs is right there. There's a BZK tower fan right there. Couple Comfort Zone fans. A bunch of personal fans, including a couple of Portal fans. There's a Cold Breeze right over here. There's the Solace Air, a couple Alaska Platinums. There's a Honeywell Turbo Force. Light Westinghouse. There's a Holmes HANF 96. Here's a not Holmes, but a Hampton Bay window fan. Yes. Yes, I got this thing actually from the Valley Thrift Store over in Kettering. It did come with missing switch knobs for the fans. But I could easily just replace those. Here's a couple old vintage box fans, like with P223, a Laska 3733. He is a 97 to 98. He 3733. And here's a 94 to 95. He 3723. There's some cameras. One Coalmaster over here, and the other 4 are Aerospeeds. Here is a Panasonic. Okay. Here's a Breeze machine, which is my little wannabe Kmart air vent. Here's my Alaska Platinum over here. HGOF90. These are all here. Yeah. Trying to get through all these fans here. So if I do repeat a fan, yeah, sorry, at least it's still there. I accounted for it. And then here is a Harbreeze Hive. And then here's the ceiling fan in the room that is not part of the collection, but is going to be put in this video because, well, it's the ceiling fan of this room here. Or the PowerMax Royal Breeze, I'm going to call it. But yeah, I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Oh, and, yeah, enjoy this one. And just think of this as your new 100 ceiling fan special.